present about Special Project Proposal Defense, our topic was Need and Problem of Non-Functional Police Officers on Communicative English Abilities. I would like to talk about, first I would like to talk about introduction. The second, I would like to talk about literature review. And the third, I will explain about research methodology. Let's start to chapter 1, introduction. Introduction consists of 3 parts. The first is background, the second is research question and research objective, and lastly, scope and limitation. Next to background. Background of this study will considering of the paragraph 1 talk to importance of English language. Paragraph 2 talk to importance of English for English for police officer. Paragraph 3 talk to problems on communication English abilities. Paragraph 4 talk to non-viral, and paragraph 5 talk to problems on non-viral provincial police officers. This study wants to study needs and problems on communicating in English in the performance of non-viral provincial police officers, including method improving communicative skill in English to solve the problem of police officers in non-viral provincial police station, to develop their potential and abilities in English communication to perform their duty more effectively. Step into the police who has the potential to communicate with the foreigners. Next to research question and research objective. Research question. What are needs on communicative English of non-viral provincial police officer? Research objective. To study needs on communicative English of non-viral provincial police officer. Research question. Are there any differences in communicative English use problem among the non-viral provincial police officer? Research objective. To analyze problem on English communication of non-viral provincial police officer. The research question. What are the ways to solve communicative English ability of non-viral provincial police officer? Research objective. To ascertain the ways to solve communicative English ability of non-viral provincial police officer. Next to scope and limitations consists of 3 parts. Firstly, content, secondly, conclusion, and finally, the sample. Next to content, this study was an instructor interview used to obtain in-depth information about the needs and problems of non-viral provincial police officer on communicating English ability adapted from Kangel. Next to the population. Population of this study consists of 260 police in non-viral provincial police station 2022, which consists of the following division: General Staff Subdivision, Traffic Police Division, Investigation Division, Crime Suppression Division, and Inquiry Section. The population of this study will focus on the foreigner in non-viral police. Next to the sample. This research was selected by purposive sampling technique. We selected the sample by focus group, considering the target group as a representative for answering research question of 20 police working in non-viral provincial police station 2022 who have contact with the foreigner. And the sample were 5 foreigners who have used service with the police in non-viral provincial police station in August 2022. Let's move on to chapter 2, literature review.
Thank you, Ms. Patapon. The literature review is of 6 parts. Thirdly, this analysis. Second, problem in English communication. Next, English communication. And next, English for specific purpose. And next, non-viral police officer. And finally, relate study. Quick analysis. Attention Washington and border requested that the numbers away together to give information about it. The most frequently lead to method and questionnaire, interview, observation, and data collection. Next. The type problems in English communication. The type people who have the career that require the English communicate is have a proper communicating with the foreigner. And next to the English communication, the listening, speaking, reading, and writing, which they are the medium. Is internationally used in English. As per the reason stated above, English regarded as useful second language. And next to English for specific purpose, Stephen does say that the meaning of English language to specific purpose, that is English language to teaching the means to lead the learner. And next to the Gumaram provincial police officer, which is in division under provincial police regions about 3. And the police, this must make a government mechanism determine duties for response. And next to the last one is relay study. The relay study study to be supported in English skill. A police officer to study with the respondents, communication, police station, communicative English ability. In its study about benefiting police officer to understand the English and listening and speaking the skill. Consequently, the towards a program before the effective communication and prevent and for the service for rent. And this one for exam service. Get it? This one is diagram and a total investigate the needs in English, oral communication of police officer in diagram mitigation and sentence the way to solve the problem on English oral communication officer in diagram mitigation. And this one the research they use about qualitative research. Example more they use 14 police station officer in rural imitation. And this research selected the symbol for purposes sampling technique. And there is an instrument they use structure interview with collected data and analysis for content analysis technique. And now let's move on to chapter 3, literature methodology.
Thank you, Ms. Hoffman. The chapter 3 is consists of 3 parts. The firstly, research instruments, secondly, data collection, and finally, data analysis. Next to research instruments. The research instruments used in this study was semi-structured interview. At from Tangel 20, from Tangel, the instruments were gradually formulated as follows. The first instrument for collecting data in this study were interview questions which were constructed based on the analysis by Hutchinson and Waters. The second, the construction of development of the questionnaire. Next, the questions were prompted by the researcher to advisor to ensure the questionnaires and probably the research that it is not the sufficient and comments. The 3 experts evaluate the ensure their face validity. Next to data collection, the qualitative data collection was administered to 20 police in Murviram Police Station 2022 and 5 foreigners in Murviram who encouraged the police. Each of 25 interviewees was interviewed for approximately 10 to 15 minutes. Before taking part in interviewee were given the explanation of the study objective and asked the complete content form. Next to data analysis, the statistical used to analyze data validity was used to find the index of item objective. Conference is bring together to result of each expert and calculate the contents element which they calculate based on consistency. Thank you for your attention. If you have any questions, I will be happy to answer you now.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Okay, so Ajahn Jin, if you want to ask or give comments, okay, about their work before, okay, Ajahn will ask them 10 questions, and I myself about 100 questions.
I just want to mention about from the first beginning that we have worked today, because from the first time that we know that our like advisor and advising together, but you come to me very late. So it's like we have limited time to work together. You like face away from me. Yeah, so it's very different because I have two groups, right? It's very different from the other group that they like follow up the word the class that we have talked together. And so I don't know much about like what problem you have. So you can tell me about problem that you go and face, and then when I give you the task, then you follow up the task. But it's okay that now you come to me, so we can work together. It's okay because you told me that you have the COVID-19 for like almost 2 weeks, right? Yeah, so that is like very late for a long time because called like COVID, right? I think almost like 2 weeks. Yeah, and then after that is you. So it's like COVID, both of them. But today is good, yeah. Listen to the comment from the professors. Oh, but one more thing about the PowerPoint, because we saw it, the PowerPoint, it was at the PDF, right? So it's not a movement like this. But be careful about the movement, because it's like, movement is not always good, like kind of admit, like this is not always good. So keep it like, not, for me, as a movement, you agree with me, it's right out the attention. Yeah, it's a formal. So keep it simple and easy for reading, but the font is okay. Yeah, but beware about the movement of the enemy like this and form presentations. Yeah. But from now on, please don't disappear from me.
Okay, thank you, Ajahn. You want to ask them 10 questions?
Okay. Thank you. First, I want to say the morning also most of you must not report our present.
Sorry.
And if there are any problem for English communication, if there are this problem, can you tell me what they are? Some of them.
Sometimes the police, they try to speak some gender for some people have to talk about in English. Sometimes they don't know what word or how to say that too much.
And how we can improve it? How we can solve this problem? How we can help the police to improve the English communication with foreigners?
We will suggest them to watch the YouTube video, English learner.
And have so many things that they like having for things you can go learning or things or have some skill of your skill. You can choose that too for learning the English and they have time. Sometimes the police asking them does not have time to learn in English, so they don't want to learn it. And so we will make motivation for them too. But they can choose time or any time for learning in English.
That's all? That's all for you?
Finish.
Oh, really? Okay, so before we go to chapter 1, I really want to know about the words that you use for your topic, right? Communicative English ability. I focus on ability. Why do you use ability? What do you mean by that?
Ability, I mean that because is their potential, they perform the duty for effectively. In English,
But what are the difference between English communication and English communication ability? Because if you want to use ability, you have to evaluate their communication ability, right? So it's beyond, it's go beyond. So maybe I think that just only on English for communication is okay, right? Because when you review the literature, I cannot see ability, but you define here, right? Okay, this is communication, you see now. So it means that they can communicate, right? Okay, and then the first question, this is my suggestion, right? The first question, since, okay, just I can remember, because I okay, teach this course, right? Okay, more than 20 years, I think. And then just 5 years ago, okay, every year, the student conduct the research with police officer, and just similar. And why don't you read, okay, the recommendation and suggestion from them? For example, just you mentioned, can you go to the frame of Jaritram and Mahotom? Yes, right. Here. And how about their suggestion or their recommendation? Last year, okay, actually they want to do with police officer, but I let them change to be the person who work in immigration office. How about their suggestion?
Their suggestion to develop the method for
I can remember that they recommend that we should create or develop the material for training them. Why? Why not for you?
because the police don't have the time to.
No, we can ask them for the needs and then to develop, because your advisor is very good in this one. Okay, from the needs, like what type of material, and then you can create according to their needs. For example, the manual, as pocket book, something like that. Okay, I think it's better, right? Because we have a lot of it about this one, about needs and problems, right? But if you want to keep it, you have to, right? Okay, go more in depth detail, and then because you present it in correct one. Because when we talk about instrument, you mention questionnaire, right? Is it correct?
Yes.
You use questionnaire?
Questionnaire.
No,
Interview.
but you mention questionnaire. Is it correct? Is it right? Can you show us about your research instrument? But when you analyze the data or collect the data, you use interview. But for your research, right? Okay, you can go to another one. Go back, because I take a look, right, about that. Again, one more, right? Yeah, here, I saw questionnaire. So, is interview or questionnaire? Interview, right?
Yes.
Okay, you forget to change or you intend to use it. So, right, actually, okay, in the past time, right, they focus on the police officer, but now just why I would like you to add more about foreigners. So the interview should be different. You understand me?
Yes.
So you have to talk with your advisor. So the interview for the police officer and the interview for a foreigner, okay, must be different. Because when you ask the foreigner, you ask about the police officer. But for the police officer, they will evaluate themselves. Do you understand?
Yes.
And then for the police officer, you select them by purposive sampling, but foreigner no. How will you select the foreigners? You select 5. What is your criteria? You select them purposive sampling techniques?
No, we use the random.
You can, if you like. For example, we use the purposive sampling because one, he is very handsome. Number 2, he's from native speaking countries. This is just kidding, right? But you, okay, have to think about that. Okay.
English level of the foreigners also
Yes.
is important.
So this one for the next students, maybe next year, they can pick, okay, you are finding to create or to develop manual for them, right? And then you must be clear about the population examples. You have to mention about where are they from, how many division, and then you have to mention that 20 are from blah blah blah, which division, which department, why, something like that. So 20 are from the same division or department, right? From which department?
For department.
Hmm? Can you show us it?
Before I asked them, they said different division.
No, actually, you have to show us in the PowerPoint and then in the textbook, right? That's why we ask you, right? Because it's not clear, right? So you, okay, have to put in chapter 3, right? But when you, and then you know that I told you that you have to change to be present tense or future tense, but you still use past tense, right? I told you many times before we, what is it? You did not mention. You did not mention about the division that the police officer work, but you mentioned just only the population, right? But you have to mention in the samples, right? Okay, they are from blah blah blah, why, because purposes in there you have to mention. And then for the foreigners, okay, you have to mention, okay, how to select it. And then can you give us again about what is it? How to, okay, or give us the example of question for the interview. Use microphone.
What's the problem they have?
Tell me the exact question. Maybe one question for the police officer and one question for the foreigners. Can you give me one question? So 1 minute left, right? Because we start from. Okay, next one. Please tell me, okay, how to analyze the data, because you did not talk about that. Can you show us about data analysis? Okay, and answer.
The data analysis we use by integrative operations.
This is validity. I mean that when you get the information from the interview, how will you analyze it from your interview? I taught you, but you forget, right? How to analyze the qualitative data. So you can go back and take a look again. Or you missed my class, right? Right? Okay, thank you very much.